it's Rob. It's time for another member talk. We're excited today because we have somebody new on board. His name is Travis Locke, and he is coming to us from Walla Walla, Washington. Hey, Travis, how we doing?
Good morning. Good. Everything's good here. How are you?
Wonderful. Good to have you on here. So, Travis, you are, for those that don't know, let's introduce Travis Locke. Travis is a funeral director. And where is your home? Where do you work at?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Rob. I'm at Herring Funeral Home here in Walla Walla, a funeral director and embalmer myself, as well as a licensed pre-need person. Been with the organization for going on 16 years now. Came to work for Virginia Mayhem back in 2004. She's enjoying a pretty good retirement now, which is good for her, and we're proud that she's able to do that. So yeah, as far as WSFDA is concerned, proud to be a board member. Also elected to the executive board this year, which was quite flattering, as well as the secretary. So pretty excited to be serving in that capacity.
Well, yeah, you're kind of following in big footsteps there. Virginia as the first female president of the WSFDA. Her son, Matt Mahan, who is going to be rolling off the board here in August. He's a past president of WSFDA. You've come on as a board member and most recently voted in as secretary, which puts you up into that executive board membership and puts you in line for running for president. So welcome. We love having you, and glad you could join us on this as well. And congratulations on your election. It's a great post. I had that post at one point, that position. It is a lot of work, but you'll do great with it. So welcome to it, and glad to have you on here.
Thank you. Welcome, and I'm glad to serve.
Now, so you're a licensed funeral director and a licensed embalmer, licensed pre-need agent, and you do all sorts of other stuff outside of the funeral home. You're on the emergency management team for the county. You have a position on the is it the county fair? Is that right?
Yeah, the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days board of directors, president of that board this year. Certainly brings its host of challenges, as you can imagine, with the current situation, and the limbo as to whether we're able to safely host and have an event the size of a county fair. You don't take those things into consideration too much until you start looking at a situation where you will be told essentially what you're able to do. First and foremost. Then, with the recent situation, as far as revenues lost due to rentals of the fairgrounds, that's kind of how a fairground is able to stay alive, is those rentals and the use of that facility 365 days a year, and the management of the labor that's involved with that. So you're really looking at an economic situation. Moreover, right now, public health is certainly our focus as far as our end game in September is concerned. But it's pretty daunting when you've got local fairs that are canceling literally by the day, that are long time institutions. So it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it really is scary. I mean, those are the we look at businesses, especially small businesses right now, and we wonder what's going to happen. A lot of people have been not working for well over 30 days. We've just extended that to the end of May 31st at least. We've kind of felt that sting as well here, in the fact that we just canceled our district meetings for June, which they were originally slated for April, got bumped to June, and then from there we just made the choice to cancel them. And yeah, it is very sad, because it's something that we really want to do, but we got to really look at the health and welfare of everybody involved, and how can we do that safely. So I certainly understand. Do you guys have contingency plans, or I guess the better question is in the year of your fair, how many years has it been going on, and would this be the first year that it's actually been canceled in that amount of time?
Yes, indeed. We're 154 years running now. So it is a very established event in this valley. It has not ever had to be canceled for any sort of catastrophic or uh, situation like we're going through now. Most of the contracts and things like that have a force majeure sort of clause in them, but nobody expects to ever have to use them. And how to look at the potential economic impact when you go to refunding, all of these tickets and operation costs that are incurred with contracts and things that are not able to negotiate out of. Um, a lot of the vendors on the private side of things that offer the simple things called corn dogs, they haven't been able to be going to fairs. They're not able to, uh, have any of those cash flows that they expect. So we're really wondering what it is going to look like on their side as well, and availability to provide a product.
Yeah, and a lot of those vendors travel from fair to fair to fair all over the country. So they're really going to be hit hard because every state is different of what they're doing right now. Now, you also serve on the county emergency management team, is that right?
No, I do not serve directly on the emergency management team. We're just working with them very closely right now. Um, a point of advisement for the emergency management team, yes, I've been a point of advisement as I have a bit of exposure to the DMARC system. Um, nothing, nothing certainly of the level of expertise to give professional opinions, but just operations, things like that. But no, directly involved with the emergency management team in Walla Walla County, but I'm working with them.
Okay, good, good, good. I know one of the big things that we've been experiencing across the state is a lack of supplies for personal protective equipment, and we've been working with the state EOC, Emergency Operations Center. They're telling us now that if we're in need of PPEs, that we can go to our county emergency management. I don't know if that's something that's been talked about, at least in your county, but that's where the state's telling us to go for starters for PPEs if you're in need. So we're happy to pass that information along. Um, as a board member, but you can probably also see in the camera behind my shoulder, I've got a stack of masks and a small amount of gloves. Those have been provided to us by the National Funeral Directors Association, as well as one of our vendor funeral partners. And so we have those. If you need them, you can certainly call us and we'll be able to pass that out to you as well on a needed basis. So our board is excited to be able to have those opportunities to help the members of our team and as well the funeral providers all over the state. Travis, tell me the history, if you will, because it's pretty extensive. You guys, Herring's been there for, well, a bazillion years. Tell us the history of the funeral home. Tell us a little bit about it there.
Well, that question for me is a good one because I enjoy the funeral home very much and I enjoy its history. 1875 was when the building was built. As a funeral home, it was purchased just before the turn of the century. Excuse me, I'll back up just a tiny bit. The original structure was built by the Ennis family, which was an original wheat farmer family here in this town. He built it for his wife. It looked very much like a building about half the size of the structure now. And she hated it. She didn't want to leave the farm to begin with. He moved her to town. She hated it. They moved elsewhere, and the Hennessy brothers bought it. relative of the Hennessy's in Spokane. They bought it, operated it as the Hennessy Undertaking Parlor for probably close to 15 years, is what my guess is. And then it was bought by Mr. Marshall, Doc and Mark Marshall, and was partnered. Callaway came in there somewhere in there. It was Marshall, then Marshall Callaway. Then it would became Marshall again, and was succeeded by Norm Herring in 1949, as when the note was originally written. And he operated that with Bethine, his wife, and the help of Virginia as well for a lot of those years. Virginia has very, very fond memories of her father during those years, and has very cool memories of being a little girl within the funeral home, roller skating downstairs, etc. As you can imagine, all of those things that the bored little girl would do while her dad is serving families.
Yeah.
So Norm passed away due to a rheumatic heart situation. He was the one of the first of our area recipients of star valve, mitral valve replacement, and that was in 1964. He lasted just about 10 years. That was the life of that valve, and he passed away in the 70s. When Bethine Herring at the time took that over, took the daily responsibilities of the funeral home over, with significant help of Virginia.
Okay.
So Virginia became a licensed funeral director, I believe, in 1979, as a full-time funeral director. Started working at the funeral home relatively exclusively during those years, with her mother passing in 1985 suddenly on a cruise ship off the coast of Mexico. So that presented quite a few challenges, but at that time, that's where we move into the succession into the third generation, which would be Matt and Jeff. Matt joined the funeral home, I believe, January the 1st of 86, and Jeff was later in 94, I think, if my memory doesn't mistake. I joined the team in 2004. Jenny was very, very active at that point, working full time. She was, keep in mind, she was 72 years old, and she was putting in more hours than the rest of us at those days.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Now, quick question for you. Last time I was there at your funeral home, Matt took me on a tour. We went downstairs into the basement, and the basement had all sorts of medical supplies, wheelchairs and crutches and beds and walkers, and tell me about that a little bit. Is that still there, or what was that?
It is still there. It's not operated under the original auspices that it was designed. It was called the Sunshine Club to begin with, and that was something that Bethine Herring had got together with her local gals and started this sort of usage of medical equipment. You do not have to rent it. This funeral home stores it. Folks come in, they need a bedside commode or walkers, wheelchairs, whatever that might be. We have become sort of an outlet for that within the community, known by the hospitals, nursing homes, things like that, for those folks who just cannot afford to acquire those things on their own. A lot of the usage that we see of the Sunshine Club equipment still is from folks in the community. It's word of mouth. It's not anything that's ever advertised. It's just something that's utilized, which is awesome. Helps out a ton, and we want to continue to do that. It's not called the Sunshine Club any longer. That disbanded some time ago, but we still do keep that equipment.
Well, such a great community outreach program, and for lack of better terms, way to think outside the box with something like that. It's just, you don't see that very often, and to be able to provide that at no cost to people, Just such a wonderful program, and I applaud you for that, and for the Herring Funeral Home for doing that. I mean, it's just, to me, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful that you guys have something like that to offer to the community.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, we're pleased to do it.
Now, I'm assuming that you are at your home office, because every once in a while, just off to your shoulder there, I see your little friend come around the corner to say hi. He went back behind us, but cute little dog that keeps coming out to poke his head out to say hi to us.
The poodle's under the desk right now. I have a
Uh,
standard poodle, and she's under the desk, wondering what's going on.
Wondering who you're
Why
talking
why
to.
am I home right now? I should not be home.
That's great. Well, Travis, thank you for joining us. It's been fun having you on here. Certainly been fun getting to know you on the board. Any last parting thoughts? What you got going on there, or can you share with us your email address if we need to reach out and talk with you?
I am available anytime for anybody that would like to get a hold of me. I love conversation and dialogue about funeral service. I'm kind of a geek as far as that's concerned, so that's kind of exciting to me. I can be reached at Toyo, T-O-Y-O, Travis, Travis, at hotmail.com. Um, Anytime, please do reach out. That would be great.
Perfect. Well, thank you again, Travis. We'll talk with you again very soon. And as always, if you are enjoying watching these 5-minute member talks, if you want to see more, please subscribe, like us on Facebook, check us out on our website, become a member of the WSFDA, do whatever you would like to connect with us. And if you want to be a part of it, if you want to participate, give me a call and we'll get you on here and talk with you. So thank you, everybody, for watching.